America from being taken over by the new Nazis or the new fascists or the new Hitler. And that leads to the kind of thing we saw with Charlie Kirk. Do you agree that this language, this relentless, in my view, woeful misuse, particularly of the word Nazi, towards Trump and his supporters, this is part of the problem?
Well, I think part of the deeper problem, though, Brother Pierce, is that the organized greed and weaponized hatred and routinized indifference toward the vulnerable has come together in such a way that it has eroded the sources of character formation, so that integrity, honesty, decency, and self-critical sensibilities of individuals and groups is more and more disappearing.
What?
So you end up with because hatred itself is promiscuous, just like greed.
This dude, bro.
Just like indifference toward the suffering of others. It's promiscuous. It will lie with the left, right, center. It lies with Christians. It lies with Muslims. It lies with Jews. It lies with Buddhists. It lies with Hindus.
Dude, bro.
And human beings were so wretched in the first place. If we don't undergo some kind of spiritual and moral cultivation, we end up falling back on greed and hatred and indifference. And I mean, the American empire at this moment is one in which the lethal combination of the hatred and the greed and the indifference generates very much the exchange that we just saw. You see, this brother right here says, well, all leftists want to see me dead. Well, I'm a leftist. I don't want to see you dead. I'm a Christian.
You called Trump's administration a neo-fascist movement, you lunatic. People have gone out
You're
of
absolutely
your way.
right.
Exactly. So what's worse than that? And you know, meeting God, like meeting God in that case will be the worst in that case. And like, why wouldn't you stop a fascist? Okay, how do you stop a fascist? But you know how you stop it.
You have gone out of your way.
Let me make the case. Let me make the case. Let me make the case.
Oh, yeah,
Will you allow me to speak, brother? Come on, man. Come on. No. You haven't made the case. If you think I've made the case, then you're not interested in dialogue.
You just said this brother over here said this.
You're very, very different than Brother Charlie, man. You're very different than Charlie, though, man. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I can make the case for that,
people
too.
like you that got that man killed, sir.
There we go. I love Andrew. Yo, he's calling these. He has. You know what's crazy about Andrew Wilson? He's ready for the fight. He's ready for a fight. He has a little bit of that street kind of him, and he's ready. He's ready to call them out. He's not letting this like, let's just be peaceful. Yeah, no, he's ready for it.
There are such a thing as neo-fascists. But Pierce, why you have a brother on who's not going to allow nobody to speak, man? We're just wasting time. If all you're interested in is making your money, and you bring this brother on and nobody can say a word, and we can't even mourn Brother Charlie passing. I had dialogues with Brother Charlie. This brother's going to say, this kumbaya and so forth. No. Charlie was made in the image of a loving and mighty God. I believe that. I say my prayers for Sister Erica and the kids because this brother wants to trash my Christian sensibility. And look at him laughing now. It's a joke, man. Pierce, it's not worth it.
Is Charlie Kirk part of the neo-fascist movement?
Not with this brother.
Is he part of your neo-fascist movement?
Not with this brother.
Yeah.
When Charlie himself says that he is against Civil Rights Act,
whatever,
does that make him a proponent of Jim Crow when he calls Martin Luther King Jr. an awful human
there it
being?
is. Yeah. There it is.
I'm critical of that. I am critical of that. You're absolutely right, Brother Wilson. You're absolutely right. But if all you're going to do is be arrogant, you're arrogant just like the so-called leftists you're talking about. But Pierce, you making your money, brother. Go on and make your money, man.
It's all about making.
Not worth it.
Cornel,
this brother right here
making
is
money.
part of the problem. This other brother who has a deep connection to Charlie.
Andrew's ready for it, bro.
Willing.
He knows. He's ready. He's doing the job, right, guys. This is what we have to do. We don't need to be violent. We don't need to just, we don't need to go Civil War, 1861. We don't need none of that stuff. We need this. We need this. Not be fearful. Don't have fear. He knows the truth. He's not going to allow these demons to just basically just cross over, just brush this under the rug. We're not going to do that. Andrew knows it. He needs to call them out because their rhetoric was part of this, guys.
To at least listen, but this brother's not willing to
Cornel,
listen.
can you sit down? I would like you to remain part of the debate.
Let him go. Let him go.
This is ridiculous.
He doesn't have the argument. Let him go.
This is ridiculous. He's smoking his cigarettes with his arrogance.
There we go. See, there we go. Let's go.
We don't have dialogue at all.
Surely you're not going to walk out in a debate about dialogue.
More?
Go on and make your money.
Go make your money, man.
Well, there's a kind of farcical to quit a debate where we're literally debating about the importance of free speech and being able to listen to each other's opinions, which seems to me completely insane. Anyway, we've lost Cornel West for now. Maybe we'll get him back. Well, Andrew Wilson referred to Destiny's insane tweets a little earlier, which were disavowed by
here we go.
Annika Sperin. Well, Destiny joins us now. Destiny, you've been quite active on social media since Charlie Kirk's death. When Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect.
What the
And
F,
you then
bro?
posted yesterday, ending every Conservative debate call out I'd do in 2026 with "Don't dodge, bro." That's not what Charlie would have wanted.
Oh, my God.
I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are.
It's our fault, folks. It's our fault. We are the one destroying the cities. We are the one just causing us in the last, 5. I would say 3. Just to be more accurate. The last 3 terrorists unaliving people. It was our fault. So we're the one destroying the cities when something doesn't go our way. We're the one just really just throwing the government away when things don't go our way. We're the one always protesting. Like, with the elimination of Charlie Kirk, if you're talking about a moment in the United States where you could see a civil war, this will be the perfect moment. But you don't see them just go crazy.
Years
This dude, man.
into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never
He's
come
calling
down.
for it, y'all.
If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive,
calling for
Donald
it,
Trump
y'all.
shouldn't have been president for the second term.
Oh.
Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over
So Chas doesn't count. Seattle doesn't count. Inauguration day doesn't count. None of this stuff counts, guys.
the past 20 years.
Hey, 2020 during the COVID doesn't count. No.